Hello students. So welcome back to the channel. So in this video we are going to discuss the 2010 year KVPY questions based on the cell unit. Okay. The cell, the unit of life, from that question areas we are going to discuss. Now see, question is given to us. First question, ribonucleic acid means RNA which catalyze enzymatic reactions are called a ribozyme. So first of all you should know that majority of the enzymes are proteinaceous, but sometimes few RNA also work as an enzyme. And when RNA work as an enzyme, that RNA is known as ribozyme. Please learn this one first of all. What are ribozyme? When RNA work as an enzyme, these are known as ribozymes. So which one will act as a ribozyme? For this you have to remember, if you know peptide bond formation, you have to recall molecular basis of inheritance chapter in your mind, and you have to remember कि two types of ribosomes are there, 70S and 80S. Okay beta, and 70S was having 50S and 30S, and 80S was having 60S and 40S. So I'll be giving emphasis only to 50S and 60S. Okay, so in 50S, if you remember, 23S ribosomal RNA was working as an enzyme and helping in making peptide bond. So here RNA is working as an enzyme, so we call this as ribozyme. And in case of eukaryote, it was 28S ribosomal RNA. Clear beta? So now tell me one thing, who can work as a ribozyme? You can directly get an answer. It will be ribosomes. So answer will come first option. You cannot take amylase because amylase is proteinaceous in nature. Okay, this is proteins in nature. And transfer RNA is actually, it is your soluble RNA. So it is not working as an enzyme. And riboflavin is your helping in making the, you can say, uh, NAD, okay, and FAD, it is helping in making that. So your answer for this question will be going ribozyme. Now we will see the next question. Now see the next question. Of the following combinations of cell biology process, which one is associated with embryogenesis? So first of all, embryogenesis means formation of embryo. Formation of embryo. And you know very well, embryo who will make zygote. The zygote will has to go for mitosis to increase in number to form embryo. So when it is going and increasing in number, making an embryo means morula stage will come, blastula stage will come, then gastrula will come, gastrulation will be there. So there you will be finding a neurulation will be there. So all the three germ layers formations and the neural tube formations will be going on during embryogenesis, means differentiation is also going on along with mitosis. So I hope you can understand what I mean to say. Your answer will come to the second option. Is it clear? It will not be meiosis because it is not going for meiosis. It is going to make embryo. So you can't take this option. Okay, meiosis you can't take. This is wrong. Then again here meiosis word is given, that you can't take this option also. And if reprogram is again wrong because it means it is again becoming meristematic and it will again undergo for differentiation. That is why reprogramming word is again wrong. So you are left with the second choice. I hope this is helping you to understand the concept also. Distance between two consecutive DNA base pair is 0.34 nanometer given to us. Okay, between two DNA base pair. And if the length of the chromosome is 1 millimeter, then how many base pair will be present in it? Approximately, because it will be approximately, it will not be 100% correct. So you know very well that DNA, this is DNA and it is having two grooves, major groove, minor groove, and this is major groove. So we take distance between one major to one major. We say this is one turn, which is 10 base pair, and E total is 3.4 nanometer. So obviously one base pair will be 0.34 nanometer. This is the way you can first of all understand. It means 10 base pair is 3.4 nanometer. Okay. And length of the 3.4 nanometer means 10 base pair. So we'll do one thing. We'll write this way. When the 3.4 nanometer length is there, we are having 10 base pair. And when the length is given to us 1 millimeter, to do one thing, convert this 1 millimeter into nanometer. So you will say it is multiplied by 10 raised to power 6 to convert into nanometer. So this is converted into nanometer, okay? And we will say 10 raised to power 6 nanometer will then have how much? So 10 raised to power 6 nanometer multiplied by 10 divided by 3.4. So you can finally round figure value nearly, it will be 2.9 something you will get it multiplied by 10 raised to power 6. So you can finally convert it into 3 into 10 raised to power 6 just for round figure, and then you can get an answer. Its answer is coming 3 millions. Another hint for this you can get it. See one thing. I hope up till here you are able to understand. Okay, now let us see next question. Now see the next question. A burst cell has intracellular bacterial symbiont. Means the bacteria is living inside the cell. Intracellular bacteria is living as symbiont. And if the growth rate of bacterial symbiont is always 10% higher than the host cell, okay, then after 10 generation of host cell, what will be the density of bacteria in the host cell will increase. Means the density of bacteria, it will increase by 10 percentage only, or by 2-fold or 10-fold or 100-fold. So this is related to little bit your math question also. You have to apply the math logic also. So I'll try to give you solution here. You try to understand it here. See, let the initial velocity initial density of bacteria symbiont is A. Initial density of bacteria symbiont is A. Okay. And final density of bacterial symbiont, let us assume symbol we are assuming L. And host generation number, means how many host generations will be there. Let us use the letter N for that. This much is clear now. And you know very well what is given to us. Given to us is key host generation will show host cell after 10 generation they are asking. So it means what is given to us? Given is N is equal to 10 is already given to us. This value is given to us. Is it clear? This much is clear, beta. Now see, what is a difference between the initial and the final density? Okay, so we have to find the difference between initial density and final density. Okay, so how you will calculate it? First of all, for this difference, difference will always be 10 percentage of A. 10 percentage of A. Okay, and A is given to you, let the initial density is always 10% higher. So they are telling difference will be always 10% of these things. So difference will always be 10 percentage of A. It means it will come to be value should come 0.1 A. Is it clear? So D value will come 0.1 A. So I hope this much you have understood. Ki difference in the densities, this value will come. And this is given to us. Now you have to apply one formula of the math. See here. Just wait, let me scroll down. Now you have to apply one formula here. Ki L. Okay. L means final density they are asking. L is equal to A plus N minus 1 D. So is equal to A plus 10 generation minus 1. D is 0.1 A. Understood? So you will do one thing, you will take A plus A, sorry, this is 9, sorry, beta, this is 9, 0.1 A. Clear, beta? Then A plus 0.9 A. This is A. You should not confuse. Let me write with this letter 9. This is 9 only. Okay, beta? Then, so it will be, round figure will be 1.9 A. So what will be your final density of the symbiont? Nearly, if you see the final density, question is asked, what will be the final density? The final density will be twice to the initial or not? Twofold. Nearly, it will be twofold. Understood how to solve? We have to apply some math formulas there in the arithmetic progression. So that formula you have to apply. Let me show you the complete question. A buzz cell which has having bacterial symbiont, if growth rate is always 10% higher, always 10% higher than the host cell, then after 10 generation, what will be the density of bacteria in the host cell? How will it increase? It will increase twofold. So I hope I'm giving you time to just analyze everything. I'm giving you 2 minutes. Please analyze the question once again. Let the initial density we have taken it as A. Initial density we have taken A. Final density is L. Difference between the initial and final density is D, which we have taken out value 0.1 because it is always 10%. Okay, and post generation is given to us, that is n is equal to 10. The formula we have to apply, final density, you have to apply this formula and you have to just substitute the value, then you will get the answer. I'm giving you time. Please see this question once again so that you can have a command over this topic. Okay, let me discuss the next question now. Correctly represents the result of an enzymatic reaction. Enzyme symbol, we are using E for an enzyme. We are using symbol S for the substrate and we are using symbol P for the product. So you know very well, substrate will combine with the enzyme and finally it will be changed into the product. Is it clear? See here, the product should not be on this side, it should be on this side. So you can't take the first option. Here it is there. So in the second option, we are finding enzyme plus substrate is combining to give product. So yes, it is here. Let me read the other option also. Products are given this side, so you can't take this option. In the fourth option, if you see enzyme plus substrate product. So second and fourth, you are finding little bit similarity. But what is how will you select which is right option? If you know very well, enzymes are always helping in the speeding up of the reaction. They are never consumed. So enzyme should be written on both the sides. It should be on the right side of the equation as well as on the left side of the equation. It will combine with the substrate and finally after making the product, it will be released also. So here I'm finding enzyme is present on both ends. So my answer will go fourth option. So I hope this explanation will help you to understand the cell questions. In the next video, we'll be taking another topic. Thanks for watching class.